Now, the club meeting roles consist of the following. Each meeting role has a unique set of responsibilities and skills for you to explore. Most of the time when we have Toastmasters meetings, and maybe you have been invited to a Toastmasters meeting and you see things taking place, now you join, and all you think about is, I've got to find out what my path is, prepare my next project and go and present it. And that's it. Well, I have news for you. That is not it. There's more to it than that. Everything around a Toastmasters meeting and other aspects of Toastmasters have been around to develop or grow a particular skill, but somewhere there's something about growth taking place for you. So each meeting role has its unique set of responsibilities and skills for you to explore. And today you will be able to learn some of those. Popular Toastmasters Academy has started in this particular Standard Bank arena to grow you in your potential, which I just think, I love it when an employee environment or a corporate environment invests like this into their employees, because it gives them an amazing opportunity. Based then on your goals, roles that are recommended here are the following. There is what we call the Toastmaster of the day, which is very much like an MC of any events that you have. There's a grammarian, an R counter and timer. There's a table topics speaker, a topics master, a speaker, evaluator, and general evaluator. Now, most of the time, or shall I say, I always encourage VPEs. Make sure you train your Toastmaster of the day and your general evaluator to take up their responsibilities with their teams. And the reason why we do that is, for the VPE, it is quite a task to put together an agenda, to find the key role players. You slot them in according to your planning, according to the feedback you received. And now, once you've done that, to police that, maybe not a good word to use, but you understand what that means, to take care of that, to make sure that it happens accordingly, requires some extra time. And therefore, another tier level of training and leadership is to be able to, as VPE, hand those responsibilities over to the Toastmaster of the day and the general evaluator of the day. And today in our meeting, I am taking on the Toastmaster of the day section, and Luyanda is taking on the general evaluator section, if I can put it that way. That means the Toastmaster of the day needs to focus on the speakers that have been scheduled. Will they be ready and able to speak? And normally we have the VPE would provide the number of speakers plus some reserve speakers in case something happens to them. That means the Toastmaster will be communicating with those people to make sure that they will be there speaking on the day of the meeting. That means the Toastmaster of the day will be the role leader of the speakers and the table topics master. If a club has presents a toast of the day or a loyal toast, or some of the different types of toasts, then that role will also slot in under the Toastmaster of the day. For now, because your club will just have an hour meeting, it's not one of the one of the roles that have been added to the agenda, and you could do that at some stage in the future. As soon as you start falling into a good pattern and you understand what's taking place, then you can start adding some spice to your meetings and bring a few other things in and out and let them play yo-yo, hopping in and out of your meetings. Now, when it comes to the general evaluator, the general evaluator team is what we call the evaluation team. And the evaluation team will consist of your grammarian, R counter, timer, evaluator. So those are that comprises the evaluation team for the general evaluator, who would be the team leader there, making sure that each one knows what they're supposed to do, and that from a perspective of a Toastmaster and a general evaluator, all the roles that are underneath them, they each check their group of roles, and that's what helps to make the agenda flow beautifully. I don't know what the culture is like in Standard Bank. I have observed in the group when we post something that there is a reasonable good response back. But you might have identified that there are some people, they just don't respond easily. And there are others, they always respond faithfully. So people have their own preferences on how they respond. And that just response alone is, for me, a huge thorn when I try and organize anything, because if people don't respond, how do you organize something? And that's what we need to also try and help people understand, the importance of a response in order to be able to organize things. And that's why when each person gets an opportunity eventually to be the Toastmaster of the day and to be the general evaluator of the day and to understand what you go through when people do not respond, hopefully, if they are not a responder, it'll help them to respond better. These then are the roles in a general Toastmasters meeting.